Hello and welcome to today's video in which we are talking to human resource professionals, talent and development professionals, and L&D professionals, HR, T&M, L&D. Critical parts of the business, looking at people, looking at talent, looking at culture, looking at succession planning, looking at making sure that the organization, which is literally humans, is at its best and continues to go forward into the Industry 4 reality and the age of AI. Now, what is it that we think that you should be doing? In this video, I've decided to adopt an approach of just being really straightforward. I don't think it's useful to blabber around. I want to give you my straightforward advice of what I think is important because I passionately believe that this is an extraordinary time and I want to invite you to make the most out of this and not to get left behind. So, what is it you need to do? It's AI, AI, AI.
Artificial intelligence is already involved in parts of hiring, but what does it look like to have AI decide who's fired?
While it's feared AI technology could take our jobs, new research.
If your plan for this year does not have AI at the center of it, you need to remove that plan and build a new plan that puts AI at the center of it. AI is the revolutionary technology. It is the game changer, not of the last decade, not the last century, maybe the last millennium, maybe the last 10,000 years. Yes, really. I know that sounds dramatic, but it is in fact dramatic. And the people who generally are skeptical of AI are the people who haven't used it. And specifically, they haven't used it at the extent to which someone who's really good at it can use it. Many people today are dabbling in AI by just writing a slightly better email. AI is a planetary super intelligence. Using it to write slightly better emails is a tragedy. What it really represents is the new frontier of human work, of even being human in and of itself. And so the first thing that I want to really draw your attention to is to cognitively, emotionally, professionally, spiritually, philosophically, whatever it takes, the full stack, reorientate yourself towards AI, AI, AI. Yes, this is the new priority now. And unfortunately, the phrase life is busy is what happens to you when you're busy making other plans is in play here. I know that you might have really had great ambitions for focusing on something else, but the reality is if you're not focusing on AI, you're not relevant. You're not relevant to the seniors in your organization. You're not relevant to the people in the organization you're trying to help and support, and you're not relevant to your community of other professionals. So that's why it needs to be AI, AI, AI. Good. Now that we've got that clear, what do you need to do about AI? The first thing you need to do is talk to your people about the climate of fear that is already emerging inside of your organization. And that climate of fear is about people being replaced by artificial intelligence. Artificial intelligence has been around for a very long time, since the late 50s, but we are now at a point where it is becoming ubiquitous inside the organization. That means it's going to be as ubiquitous as electricity, as smartphones and computers. It's part of everyone's role to learn how to use AI, and nobody is safe. If you think that you are not being replaced by AI, that's because you don't understand AI, and it's going to hit you even harder. It affects everybody, and that's why the opportunity lies here for the HR, L&D, and T&M professionals to step into the human space and lead the human conversation. This is a huge opportunity for you to engage with people in what really matters. Their fear for their job, their fear for their career, their fear even what's going to happen next. When we look at what's happening around the world, it's believed that for example, software development jobs, programmers, their job applications are down 70% because it's all being done by AI. That was once considered to be one of the most future-proof industries, and turns out it isn't. It's affecting every role, it's affecting everyone, and it's only going to intensify and accelerate. What you need to do is you need to step up and be the leader in this situation. That means you need to inspire and unite the people to come together to under a unified vision of what you want to achieve with AI and to adapt to this change rapidly and effectively. So you need to inspire people to adapt to the change that AI is bringing. You need to create clarity. You need to be mature about the conversation. This doesn't mean assuring people that they're not going to have their jobs replaced, because you can't assure that right now. You don't know, but you can find out quickly. And that's what you should always also prioritize, is getting your senses and immersing yourself into the AI reality. Don't make promises you can't keep. You don't want to be promising someone that you're going to keep your job and then 6 months later from now you have to let them go. This is going to severely create a lot of problems if people get too carried away with making promises they can't keep. So it's about being mature, it's about creating an authentic conversation, and really this is the great opportunity to engage people to rise to greatness, because it's not AI that's going to replace people, it's other people using AI. And maybe your organization doesn't do it, right? But another organization will, and they're going to be 10x, 100x, 1000x more productive. I sometimes meet people who think I'm joking on this matter, or they don't take me seriously, or that they think I'm kind of exaggerating just how powerful this is. And that's incorrect. It is that powerful, right? Think about how much more powerful a mechanical digger is than a person with shovels, right? One person operating a machine like a mechanical digger can do in a few days' work what maybe hundreds of people might have taken weeks to do, right? That's the kind of level of increase we're talking about. And it's not in the future. It's already happened. It's already happened, and it's accelerating into even greater exponential capability. Part of the reason for this is that because AIs essentially can build other AIs and can run other AIs. So you're not constrained by the physical constraints that traditional technological revolutions have been constrained by. So as we accelerate into this exponential age of AI, you need to do the next thing, which is to focus on upskilling. If AI upskilling is not in your plan, you need to change the plan and make AI mastery and understanding how to use AI the centerpiece of your talent and development program. It's not about simply developing leadership skills and communication skills. It's about learning how to use AI to deliver massive ROI. Recently, I was chatting with a friend and they were telling me that they were running for the insurance company a simulation of how to use market data. And I asked them, did it have AI in it? And she said, no, it's just a normal simulation. So, well, what's the point? The AI can already do all of that work. What's the point of running that traditional simulation and trying to prepare for the future of it when the future of insurance is one of the greatest industries that will be affected by AI, right? It needs to be really deliberate, really intentional, and really aggressive. And yes, it's going to be annoying. AI. But if you don't, you're going to be left behind. And that's going to be even more devastating. So it's about upskilling. And upskilling doesn't mean learning how to use ChatGPT to write a better email. It means understanding how to tap into the power of this intelligence to create massive increases in productivity. That's really the opportunity frontier. You can double sales, 10x sales. You can slash waiting times. You can improve efficiency. You can understand at a glimpse what's going on in your organization. Recently, a CEO of a large pharmaceutical company shared how he understood the feedback from 400,000 people. How did he do that? He directed his team to take the annual survey of 400,000 data points, push it into the LLM, and tell it to crunch through the data and provide the top 3 things that people like and the top 3 things that people don't like. And just like that, he had an understanding and insight to what's going on inside the organization, right? You can do things that were previously impossible, and now they are very, very ordinary, and they can be done in minutes, literally minutes. So there's a huge opportunity frontier here. What you want to do is position yourself at the forefront of this opportunity frontier. You want to be the HR leader who is leading the implementation of AI in your organization. You do not want to be taking the backseat to technology or innovation. This is a human matter. So you want to let go of the traditional shyness that has existed in HR and L&D and T&M and embrace technology. If you're still running your talent program through an Excel spreadsheet, then that's really an opportunity to radically transform and step up and say, we can do much better than this, much, much better. And so now is the time to do that. So build a strategic plan of how your organization is going to implement artificial intelligence from the perspective of talent, from the perspective of culture, from the perspective of learning and development, and how those critical elements are going to drive the organization forward. Because in the age of AI, talent becomes more important than it ever was, because it's the people using the AI that are going to make all the difference. Finally, it's critical that you yourself immerse yourself in artificial intelligence. My recommendation is you should be spending 8 hours a week for the next 6 months understanding what's going on in AI every day. And you might say, oh, that's too much. Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, that's what's necessary. Do you want to be relevant? Do you want to be a leader of the future, or do you want to be replaced and become redundant? This is the choice that you make. The time is now. It's now. So spend 8 hours a week. You can do 1 or 2 hours an evening, watching YouTube videos, doing online courses, practicing to use the AI to improve your own work. That's the only way you're going to be able to understand what's going on. This is not something for other people to do, to pass off to your assistant or your teams who will help you do it. You need to be in on it. And it doesn't matter how senior you are or how old you are. It's irrelevant. The only thing that matters is how great do you want to be and how are you going to use AI to enable you to do that. Thank you for listening. I hope this has been insightful. And I hope that what I have aspired to achieve, which is to challenge and present something that is a wake-up call to the revolution that's taking place right now, inspires you to go forth and dare to be great in the age of AI. Thank you for listening.